Hello, welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. I'm not doing any opening theme music or anything like that because I'm too lazy. How you doing? You doing okay? I know. I get it. I know, me too. Yeah, I'm still, by the way, if you're missing me in any way, and I'm sure you're not, I'm still doing my every weekday talk show, the daily talk show, on NewEnglandBroadcasting.com. NewEnglandBroadcasting.com. Listen to it any time of day. Every weekday is a brand new show. I try to entertain you and keep your mind fresh and happy. And go to NewEnglandBroadcasting.com or Google Ron Van Dam Show. You can find us everywhere, on every platform, desktop, mobile phone, whatever, YouTube, iHeartRadio, all that stuff. We're everywhere. I think there's even a speaker in your toilet that probably I come out of that too, which would be appropriate, many say. Yeah, you got to keep yourself mentally happy. You do, and that's what I try to do. Obviously, behind me, I have a home studio, so I've been continuing with the program. So yeah, sure, I get it. I think we all get it by now. What I'm getting sick of is the scrolling. Not that there's any scrolling going on this channel. Enough with the scrolling. I get it. Not every television station has to be CNN. Stop with the scrolling. And if you're going to scroll 24/7, at least update the information on a daily or at least monthly basis. This is crazy. Stop pounding into my head that there's stuff going on. I know when I want to find out what's new, I'll go find out. Stop scrolling it and pounding it into my brain. I'm older than 5 years old. I don't need that. That's all I'm saying. I know we need to be kept up to date with all the stuff, but I don't need it pounded into my brain to the point where it's obsessed and you can't sleep at night anymore. So let's have some fun. Let's take care of this thing. This will be over pretty soon anyway. Hey, you know what? I'm finding that I'm enjoying parts of life, or at least recognizing parts of life that I never really saw before because we all move too fast through life. So now this slowing down period has been a real education for us. It has. Yesterday, I did my laundry in the washing machine, and it was an event. I never thought that doing my laundry would be an event, but it was something I actually was looking forward to. The day before, I said, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to wash my clothes. I'm going to do the laundry. I woke up, and it was an event. I wrote it down like it was a big event. So I gathered my clothes and I put them in the washing machine, and I started up the washing machine, and then I did something I don't usually do. I stayed there and I watched the clothes go through the cycles. It's an amazing machine. Have you ever watched this thing? It's like watching television. There's actually a little screen. There's a glass door, and you can watch the clothes intermingling. Yeah, they can intermingle still. I watched my t-shirts and my underpants actually get along. Yes, they were like tumbling together. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And first the water came and they got all wet. Ooh. And then the soap suds came and the clothes were tumbling around, just getting dizzy and mingling with each other. I never knew that my t-shirt and my underpants would be able to have such a relationship. And this went on for an hour. They don't kid around, man. When they get into washing themselves and intermingling, they go on for a good period of time. And you gotta see, I got a chair and I sat in front of the washing machine and I watched the window like it was a television show. And there were no commercials. Clothes just kept tumbling. I couldn't really see them getting cleaner as the cycles went on, but I knew they were. Then when that was over, which was just a fantastic program, when that was over, I took the clothes out of the washing machine. They were wet. So what do you do with wet clothes? You put them in the dryer, which was like right next to it. And I put those clothes into the dryer, and they were all intermingled still. And then I started that dryer up for what I think was about 40 minutes. Now, there's no window in my dryer, so I don't know exactly what was going on in there, but I can imagine. I can imagine. Then when the dryer, am I boring you? When the dryer was over, because this stuff actually happens. You used to walk away from this and go do other things. Now you got time to notice all how these machines actually work and what happens to these players, these clothes. When the dryer was finished, the clothes came out, but they didn't want it. They didn't want it to end, but they had to. I took the clothes out of the dryer. They were nice and clean and smelling good, but they were clinging to each other like they didn't want to leave. My t-shirts and my underpants were my underpants were clinging to my t-shirts like they didn't want to say goodbye. It was sad in a way, but in another way, everybody's clean now. Well, that wasn't over at that point. I took this laundry basket thing, and I went to my closet in the bedroom, and now I started folding the clothes and separating the pants from the t-shirts. I know. There was like Velcro. They were so stuck together. And I folded them and I put them away. And then when I was finished, I went down to the kitchen and poured myself an alcoholic beverage because that was satisfying. Mission accomplished. Clothes clean. The event was over. It's exciting, man. Stuff I never did before. I had a little bit of I decided to do the trim around the door. I have a trim around the door. You probably have it too. It looked a little bit dirty. It wasn't coming off, so I got myself some white paint from the basement, and I put a new coat of paint on the trim around the door, and then I got a chair again, sat there, and watched the paint dry. It took about 30 minutes because it was a fast-drying latex, but that baby dries, man, and it's fascinating to watch. Bet you never sat in a chair and watched paint dry. I got the time to do it now. It's fantastic, man. It is. Want to get outside, do some yard work. Pick up twigs and things from all the storms we've had recently. It's fun to do. It's like cleaning up, man. It's fantastic. Got my rake out of the garage. I started raking stuff. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm raking things up. I don't know why, but it occupied me. It gave me. It was like, it was like a mental floss. That's what it was. Mental floss. It was like taking dental floss and cleaning your brains out, because while you're raking, you don't think about things. You're raking. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. I have a bird feeder in my backyard, and actually it should be called a squirrel feeder because the squirrels love this thing. And I say, no, squirrels, I love you, but it's not for you. So the birds come over, and the birds, they do the bird, and I had some suet. I don't know what the hell suet is. Do you ever see a block of suet? It's like lard with stuff speckled in it, and birds love this stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, suet? That's just fat crap. Why aren't these birds like weighing 200 pounds? How do they get away with eating fat like that, and yet they look slim and sleek, and they can actually, if I ate that kind of stuff, I wouldn't get off the ground. I still can't. Well, Ron, it's because birds, when they're flying, they expend a lot of energy. Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Do you ever see one of those woodpecker things? Yeah, man, they're amazing. They're tiny little birds, no bigger than your thumb. And then they go to tree trunks and they knock their heads against the tree with their beak for no reason whatsoever other than to make an annoying noise so you can't sleep. They're cute little birds, but there's something like mentally wrong with them. What living thing decides, well, I got nothing to do here, I'm just going to take my head and bang it against a tree for a couple of hours, and apparently they don't get headaches, they get migraines. It's amazing. It really is. But you see these, you notice these things all of a sudden because now I have time to do it. It's interesting. I washed my car in my driveway, and I said to myself, you know, there are machines that do this, but I found it cathartic to wash my car. This is working out, but enough is enough. I get it. Enough is enough. Like I said before on a previous show, staying 6 feet apart from people, I was very excited about that at first. I thought, no, I don't think there are many people I want to be that any closer than 6 feet to begin with. As a matter of fact, most people were a little too close to me all my life. This is good. And if you've ever had a restraining order, 6 feet is a gift. So, but now it's like, okay, enough is enough. It's like this scrolling stuff. Okay, I get it. Enough is enough. All right, fine. You want to talk about something else? That's fine with me. Have you learned how to cook yet? It's really not that difficult. It's you heat things up. It's really all it is. You take a couple of things, you throw them in a pan, you heat them up. Pretty much done. Then you put it in your mouth, swallow it. Your body takes care of the rest, hopefully. Yeah, it's not. When you're over 40 years old, you start watching TV, late night TV, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'll tell you why, especially for guys. What our bodies do is, when we're over 40 years old, and even when you start hitting 50, no question about it, your urinary tract says, we're going to have to pee more frequently. You peeing a couple of times during the day is not going to cut it anymore. We're going to get you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not at 2:30, not at 4:15, 3 o'clock a.m., like clockwork, like there's a clock attached to your urinary gland. You're going to get up at 3. If it hasn't happened yet, it will tomorrow. So sometimes when I get up at 3, and then you have to go to the bathroom. Is this uncomfortable for you? When you have to go to the bathroom, you're up. You're up. It's the definition of up. You're out of bed. You're up, unless you wear a diaper, and I'm not there yet. So I find myself turning on the TV, like I do all day, to watch TV at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's some interesting stuff going on. But the most interesting are the television commercials for buying stuff. You know, nobody has any money, but yet we have to buy stuff. It's interesting. Amazon, man, they're crazy. Do you remember the days when you used to go on Amazon and they would deliver the next day, pretty much free shipping, and you can have that tomorrow? I thought, well, this is great. I never have to leave the house. Little did I know. Oh, this is fantastic. Now when you go on Amazon, you order something today, it's free shipping. The expected delivery time is 2 months from now. Wow. Everything all of a sudden that I want on Amazon is currently not available. But it will be in a couple of months. Oh, okay, fine. That's quick delivery. Yeah, what happened? What happened with that? It's because everybody started doing the Amazon thing. That's what it is. Nothing's available. Or if it is, they say it's available, and then you order it, and they say that's available in July. Wait a minute. How is that available if I can't get it till July? Oh, well, it's available in July. Well, then say not available until July. Don't say it's available. Okay, I'll order it. Delivery time is July. It's available in July. Come on, come on, come on. Be upfront about that. So I get up at 3 o'clock. I empty my bladder, and too much information right there. And then I turn on the TV, and the only thing on at 3 o'clock that's really interesting are these shopping channels and these ridiculous little television commercials that are almost infomercials. The one I said, how many Civil War chess sets can you actually own? So I'm watching this one last night, and it's for one of those Teflon skillets, one of those frying pan things, and I think it's Teflon. I don't know what it's called anymore, but nothing sticks to it. Nothing sticks to it at all. You can take a plastic cup and melt it in the frying pan, and it'll just slip right out. Sure, that's the funny part. Melted plastic cups slip right out. Food, it's a problem. Food don't always come out. They say it does, but it kind of doesn't. Anyway, so this frying pan is available, and it's $19.99. And I say to myself, wow, that's under $20. Yes, you idiot, it's a penny under $20. Don't be taken by their stupid marketing ploys. Like I'm supposed, that penny difference to me makes it now feasible. If it was going to be $20, that's too much. I'm not getting it. How much? $19.99? That's a deal. I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, because it's less than $20. Buy a penny. What they say is, and it's an amazing frying pan. You can run over it with a car, and the frying pan will not dent. Your car will break down. Your tires will puncture, but the frying pan's good. Frying pan's good. By the way, that's not true. Yeah, you can run over it with a car, but if you drop the frying pan on the floor, it'll dent. Seriously, give it a shot. You can also put the frying pan in a 500-degree oven. That's great. Who's got a 500-degree oven unless you work in a pizza house? Most ovens don't go above 450. 500, I think you're safe by claiming that it can, because nobody can prove it. And I'm not going to put my frying pan in the oven. I have bakeware. Give me a break. But Ron, then you don't have to transfer it from the frying pan to, look, I have time to do this now. I don't need to be that convenient and easy anymore. I've got time. So it's an amazing frying pan. So they say, all right, here's the deal. The frying pan is $19.99. Free shipping. Whoa. Let me tell you something about free shipping. Nothing is free. You're paying for shipping in the price of the product. Don't kid yourself. Grow up. Get a life. Figure it out. Nothing is free. If it wasn't free shipping, the pan wouldn't be $19.99. It would be $16.99 plus $3 shipping. But no, we'll call it $19.99, and we'll say we throw in the shipping. We didn't. It's figured into the price. You idiot. You marketing stupid idiot. You guilty, plausible, put anything over on them idiot. All right, I'm being a little too tough on them. But anyway, so it's $19.99 free shipping, and here's the offer. If you act today, acting now, we'll double your order. Whoa, 2 frying pans. Yes, we'll double your order. $19.99. Just pay an extra fee. Just pay an extra fee. How are you doubling my order if I'm paying more money to get the second one? What is the extra fee? $19.99. We'll double your order. If you call now, we'll double your order. It'll be $40. Well, what a deal that is. I mean, you got to think these things through. You have to understand. Just because they say that it works doesn't mean that it does. There's a commercial on in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, It's for something called Flex Seal or something like that. It's a tape. It's a cement putty kind of mixture. It comes in many forms, and you just splatter it on any kind of leak, and the leak stops immediately. They demonstrate it by cutting a hole in the bottom of a boat, the bottom of a canoe, and the guy gets in the boat, and the water is rushing through this hole at the bottom of the canoe, and he takes his Flex Seal thing, and he putties the bottom of the boat as the water's rushing in. The water stops rushing in, and the canoe and the boat is perfectly fine. And you say to yourself, I've got to get some of this stuff for me. I did. About 2 weeks later, this was last summer, about 2 weeks later, I don't know if it's a plastic pipe. I don't think it's plastic. It looks like plastic, but it's probably not. And there was a crack in it. It was on the outside of the house. And the water is dripping out. And I said to myself, not gushing out, dripping out. And I said to myself, wait a minute, I bought that Flex Seal stuff. And I got out the Flex Seal, and I puttied it on, and I had Flex Seal tape, and I wrapped that around like it was some kind of wound on a leg. But the water stopped spurting out, but started dripping down the side of the pipe. It didn't stop the leak, it just redirected it. And I said to myself, those bastards. Well, I called them up, because you can get anybody's phone number now. I called them up, and the Flex Seal people answered the phone. It was a lovely young lady. They hire people who are lovely because they know this is not going to be a pleasant job. And she says, can I help you? I said, yes, I bought your Flex Seal tape. Apparently it can repair a hole in a canoe, but not a little crack in a plastic pipe. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'd like to return it. She said, listen to me. Your name, please? I said, Mr. Van Dam. She says, listen to me, Mr. Van Dam. Yeah, we'll take it back. We'll take it back. But aren't you embarrassed? I said, what are you talking about? She says, wouldn't you be embarrassed? You're stupid enough to buy this crap. You're admitting that you bought it. Sure, we'll take it back. But you're an idiot. You're admitting that you're an idiot. Here's my suggestion, Mr. Van Dam. Hang up the phone, walk away from the phone, keep your Flex tape, your Flex Seal, whatever the hell you got, and we'll call it a day. We'll just call it a day. You don't call us anymore. We won't tell anybody that you called or were stupid enough to buy this stuff, to believe everything that you see on TV works as they say it does. Because, Mr. Van Dam, you sound like an intelligent person. You screwed up here. You fell for it. We put one over on you. Chalk it up to being stupid, sir. Don't return the item. You keep it. You don't want your money back, your $19.99. It would be an admission that you made an error. You made a foolish decision. You made an error in judgment. Don't let anybody know that. It's not a good business move. Don't put it on your Facebook page. Don't tell people that you made this kind of mistake. Just walk away. Forget it. Erase it from your mind. I know the tape doesn't work. I know the Flex Seal doesn't work. So do you. So why don't you just hang up and go away? It's what we tell all our customers. They all believe it. Sure, there's one or two that'll return the stuff and we'll give them our money back, but that's an admission of stupidity. So move away, sir. Wow. Wow, huh? Gosh. I was taken. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. I'm getting emails from CVS. This is a pharmacy. You familiar with pharmacy? I think there's more CVS's than there are Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts put together, and that's a scary proposition. One day, CVS, Starbucks, and Dunkin' Donuts are going to take over the planet because there's far too many of them, more than there are us. And they're hopped up on coffee. So I'm getting emails from CVS, and they say, if you take this survey, we have a gift for you. And it's got the CVS logo. I called CVS. I said, what is this? I've got to make sure this is you. They're looking for information from me in a survey, and I want to make sure it's CVS. And they said, sir, it's not us. Yeah, I was almost duped. Now, I'm a fairly intelligent person. I'm actually intimidated by really intelligent people. Jeopardy people. You know those people? Those school smart people who retain every piece of information they ever heard in their entire lives as if it was important to them. I don't have that kind of brain capacity, nor do I want to spend it on those facts and interesting information that you can only use on Jeopardy. I'm intimidated by people that retain that kind of information because I don't think it's right. I think there's something wrong with that. I think when you've overreached your limits of knowledge, you should just call it a day. I mean, so real smart people like that, it's like, get away from me. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? I like street smarts. I like people that grew up, not in the streets necessarily, but they know how to handle things. They look to their left and to their right and up and down where the news scrolling is taking place. And they're aware. They're aware. They don't have to retain every piece of information. They survive nicely. I like those people. I like those who know a little bit about everything, but not a lot about everything. The smart people are intimidating. Like, what are you? What planet are you from? I know I'm from a planet that a gaseous planet. I know I am because I was colicky as a child. My father told me that I was very difficult because I was colicky. I had a lot of gas. And he said I made his life a living hell because I was always crying and I was always gassy. Now I'm figuring I'm still making people's lives a living hell by doing this program. So I guess I'm still colicky in a different way. Hey, what's the difference between Zoom, that teleconferencing thing where people are, in squares all over your screen? What's the difference between Zoom and the opening credits of the Brady Bunch? Nothing. It's the same thing. The Brady Bunch was like the original Zoom, the original teleconferencing, where they put people in different corners of the screen. That's all that is. It's a Brady Bunch concept. Here's what you do. Next time you do a Zoom teleconferencing, tell everybody to start looking at the squares next to them and do the Brady Bunch opening. It's fun. It's a story of a whatever. I don't know the rest of it. I'm sure somebody in one of the squares must know the entire song. So, yeah, it's the Brady Bunch all over again, all these years later, now in a more productive sense, obviously. And Marcia doesn't have to get hit in the nose with a football. That's a joke that millennials and Generation Xers and Generation P and Generation W will not understand. And I can't spend my entire life explaining to you what stuff happened before you were born that you have no concept. The Brady Bunch was a television show. It had a Zoom format in the beginning, and that's all you need to know. I can't explain to you what a phone booth was. I know when you watch the old Superman TV show, you see phone booths and you say to yourself, what is that? Why did they put phones in booths like that? What was the point? Why didn't they just whip out their cell phone? Okay, you have no concept. I'm out of time. This has been fun. Maybe we'll do this again. That's kind of up to you and up to me as well. In the meantime, stay healthy, take care of yourself. I'll see you on the other side of this back in the studio. But until then, I wish you peace.